the whole thing we want to do is we want to get everybody's name out there, try to like help the scene, right? Mm-hmm. And so best way to do that, we go ahead and we all spend time together, which we'll get back to later.
This was back to
later. Maybe this was the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, we welcome you to the biggest celebration that you'll ever experience. If you're ready to get this party started, let me hear you make some noise. Everybody from the 816, you know we get down just like this. Now everybody from the 816, you know we get down just like this. Turn up the music cause it's time to celebrate. Chuck a deuces to those that wanna hate, cause I'm way too good and I'm way too fly to let somebody stop me cause I do what I like. Another round for them girls who like to shake, a little something for them boys who like to bake. It's a block party and we don't play nice. If you don't go hard then get about the line. So let your hair down tonight, I'ma make you feel good with the music that you like. You're a superstar tonight, hear the crowd scream your name underneath all the spotlights. You are number one stunner, and you're a trendsetter. You can pull up with your crew if it checks out a week, getting litty on a two. Go big or go home, go nice and slow. Back it up and drop it low. Get into it, baby, let that body roll like oh, oh, oh. Get it like oh, 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 oh. Get it like oh, oh, oh. Get into it, baby, let that body
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it started. Welcome back to KCene. This is Vader. We got Romanji here, and we got Jamogi here.
Hello.
So Jamogi, I gotta ask. Is Jamogi your first name or like
Jamogi and then Bridges?
And then Bridges? I thought that was the case, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't like a stage name. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I feel you.
Yeah.
Real name, stage name, what?
Like, what is what?
See, my real name, like I go by Vader, of course, on this podcast, but my real name's Ramayan.
Yeah,
and so like
I saw that in the email.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so like people all the time like ask like why Vader, stuff like that. So like
Is it because
I wanted to
Darth
make sure
Vader,
that.
or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah, it kind of makes sense. Y'all can't see the rest of the room, but like it do make sense.
yeah.
Yeah, I kind of took that down, but yeah, it's okay. We'll KCene it up here in a minute, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, coming soon for sure.
Coming soon to a podcast near you. So, you grew up singing.
Yes.
Okay. Why, or what kind of prompted the California to KC?
It wasn't by choice.
No? Okay.
My family moved over here because it was cheaper here than, in California.
Yeah, fair.
And so when I got the news, I was just so disappointed. Mostly because I felt like I was starting, like,
I understand.
there was so many opportunities that I was
Yeah.
starting up. And like, I sent an audition to Kids Bop around that time,
Dang.
I know. I didn't get it,
That'd be
but
cool.
still.
That would have been great.
That
Like,
would have been really cool.
No, literally. And then after that, like, I remember I was researching it, and I think I saw pictures of like a beach. I was on, don't judge me, but I thought there was like a beach here. And
oh no!
So me and my friends were.
I
all
understand what you're saying now.
Yeah. We're all just talking. They're like, "Well, at least you'll still have like water around you." And I'm like, "I mean, yeah, that's cool." And then I moved here in the dead smack of winter, and
Oh boy.
that was an experience.
I bet.
Hit up Walmart But you know what? Since I've been here, it's been pretty great. I've met a lot of people. A lot more opportunities have opened for me here than they would have in California, to be honest.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, if you think about it, California is
oversaturated.
Exactly. Everybody, it's like, I don't know what the population is now, but there's so many people, and like the market is all over the place. So then it starts going into more of aesthetics versus the actual talent.
Right.
And I feel like so far here, based off of what I've seen, talent is more in the forefront, and
We like that.
yeah,
We do like that.
I feel like talent's more in the forefront.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And I definitely love that. And I mean, to go along with that, I want to get into like, you did UMKC Conservatory, and like tell me about like how your vocal upbringing was. Like what got you into all of it?
I mean, the main thing is like I always knew that music was something that I was supposed to do. I didn't know like what exactly, because I feel like music was the main thing, but there's like something else hidden underneath that I'm supposed to be doing with music, right?
Right.
And so as a kid, I've just always grew up singing. I used to sing around the house, and I actually did not used to listen to like pop radio or anything because I was in church at the time. And, you know, the pastor was like, it's a sin to listen to like secular music and you can't watch TV. So my mom got rid of
Can't watch TV.
Yeah, no.
Whoa, hey, wait a minute. So you telling me you didn't get to watch SpongeBob and none of that?
Not until later on. And
God
so
damn.
it was like the only thing I could listen to, and I remember it, was this radio station called 90.5 The Fish. And then,
The Fish. Oh, no.
The Fish.
The
and,
Jesus Fish.
Yeah. And Radio Disney.
Hey, you know what? I grew up on Radio Disney. I ain't gonna hate on that.
Yeah, like that was pretty much it. So that made up a lot of my childhood until I was at my cousin's house, and so it was me and my cousins. We were all sitting on YouTube, and we were just pressing play on music, and I was just like exposed to a whole
What
new
is all
world.
this?
Yeah, and I mean that's just like what got me into so many different kinds of music. Like that's why like whenever I'm here in KC and I'm like out seeing shows and everything, I like to go and listen to a bit of everything because I grew up with everything. And I did grow up in like an area that was very diverse and it wasn't like just one particular genre. But back to your main question, I just always like music was just something that I felt like I was always good at. And it was the one class that I always got an A in.
Me too.
Yeah, see? So it's just kind of like, well, I guess this is what it is. And it just stuck with me.
Well, that's great. And I love that. And I think like, of course, like your music has like funk soul vibes in there. And so I feel like the church upbringing kind of comes out in that.
It does. But I have a lot of like, I'm really more of a ballad writer because that's just like what I found out what my strengths were. And so I kind of challenged myself to write something other than just ballads. So I have a lot of songs in the vault that aren't released.
Whoa.
And so like those
so
are
does-
planned.
I feel like every musician's got a backlog of music,
Yes,
so-
but I'm experimenting with different genres though.
Okay.
So I do have some like
That's
rock
different.
songs in my vault
Do it.
Hey, wait
that I
a
have
minute.
not released
Do it.
yet, not until next year.
Whoa. All right. We're going to be watching. We're going to be watching for sure. Like definitely, you're the first artist we've had on that hasn't just been like straight rock.
Yeah, I've been
And
watching,
so-
I
Punk
told you I've
rock,
been watching
metal.
these like interviews, and I'm like, will I fit in?
Oh,
I'm sure I
for
can fit
sure.
in regardless, but like everyone
Music
here
is
is
music.
rock. Like, don't ask me. I know Pierce the Veil.
I love that.
Okay.
I know Korn.
I'm not the biggest Korn fan.
Oh,
Are you?
Corn's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I know Kiss.
I like Kiss.
Who else? Hold on. There's more, y'all. I promise. I know Landlocked.
Hey, I don't
I know
know.
We Are Aria. So you know, like,
yeah, we are right. We love them.
yeah. I mean, but there's plenty of songs that I have like in my saved list. And I also like listening to math rock, which I've come to find
Hey.
out.
Like,
I like
Polyphia, like all that
Yes.
stuff. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It's like so interesting and it's so complex. And I love it.
I love that, like, especially if I'm working or doing something, having no lyrics, but just like having something interesting to listen to, like math rock. Love that.
So, do you like delve into the emo
I
style
have.
of
Yes.
music at all?
Well, in middle
So-
school, you know,
Have you ever heard the
We
band
all did.
Dance Gavin Dance?
I don't think I've heard the band.
Okay, they're like math rock but emo at the same time.
Really?
It's
What song would you recommend?
my favorite right now at least is Death of a Strawberry.
How does it go?
How does it go?
Yeah. Can you sing a little bit of it?
I could, but
Oh.
Tillion's got a really high voice.
He does.
Oh, okay.
We are lower register.
Lower register voices.
Well, I can
so
do
they
the high.
only sing
He
out
can.
here.
He could do the high. But yeah.
Can you
Jeez.
do like the? I don't know what it's actually called, but you know, like the. You know, how do you do that? Okay, how do you do that, and how long can you do that for?
There's a challenge right here, Romanji. Come on.
I'd have to do it to a song.
You can't just be like.
Yes, you can.
No, like every time I
can't go
watch
for a super long time anymore. Like I used to be able to do it a lot better than I do now, but
You can't do like Chester's, like, what was it, like 18-second, like some, or 8, was it 20?
21 second scream, something
I
like
thought
that.
I was exaggerating when I said 18. Never mind.
It's a long one. It's like 21 to 25 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, on Giving Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it at the Rock Metal
You
Jam.
did when we did Rock and Metal Jam. I was like, hey, I got clean vocals, but as soon as it gets to that, like,
so
hey,
hard.
it's all you, dog.
right.
I didn't
Pass
get
the
the
mic.
full thing. I was close, but I didn't get the full thing. I did it in the car on the way there, the full one, but
See,
that's tough.
I can do grit. Like, I can go ahead and, like,
What's that?
well, so, like, it not screaming, not straight screams, but add a little bit of gruff to it, like rough.
Is it like "and the night"? You know, like
I would say, like, think more like Gerard Way, like My Chemical Romance type stuff. But like, you're not. Yeah, so you're not like screaming. Like, it's not the same as like a Fry scream or
But there's
something.
gravel
But it's
to
like
it.
there's some gravel to it. As soon as it gets into that like full on like Fry scream, I'm like, that ain't me. That ain't me. I'm gonna hurt myself. 100%.
I remember when I first heard what's that? I think it's called "If I'm James Dean, You're Aubrey Hepburn."
Yeah, Sleeping with Sirens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember I heard. So I'm used to the acoustic version, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, because this was in middle school and I heard it, so that's like 2012, 13. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Middle school.
Dang, we're old, bro. We're old, bro.
But then I heard the original version, and I was like, whoa. I think that's just really cool. Like when musicians and artists showcase their dexterity.
That has a little bit of the grit that he's talking about at the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like a slight scream, but not quite.
Yeah,
There's
it's
still
just
some note
still
to it.
subtle. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's like scream sing, like, yeah, I can do that. When it's like straight scream, nah, I ain't got that.
Best example would be like newer Bring the Horizon.
I've heard of
Oh,
that.
yeah. So like,
That has a lot of grit rather than scream.
Okay.
yeah, like Can You Feel My Heart?
Yeah.
Perfect example. But yeah,
Where there's like note there, but it sounds like a scream, but there's note to it.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta get into that.
but getting back to your vocals.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you are really good at improvisation, it seems like, and just being able to, move around vocally. It's like very fluid and very nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
What's your process on writing that? Or is it just actually improv?
Well, that's because I did jazz when I moved here and I joined this program called the Upper Room Jazz Program. And
Upper Room?
Upper Room.
it was located in Swope Parkway at this church. I don't think they're still a thing anymore.
Dang.
But
We're going to
that's
look it
when I
up.
was- I was playing my euphonium in there. And, he would have the baritone horn.
Yeah.
Also, that's what I played from middle school into high school.
I've never heard that.
It's like a baby tuba. Think about something
Gotcha.
like that. And, we would have these solo moments. And then also, like, when I'm writing songs, I'll do this thing called top lining, where you're just kind of like singing whatever and based off of what you hear. And I guess since doing that for so long, like, now I'm kind of like, okay, I can create like a little melody to something and then just go back and fill it in with lyrics.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds great. Like, it's like I went and looked up a bunch of your music and was like, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. And like I had watched there's a video on YouTube of you guys performing Jamogi and the Jammers performing with Landlocked. I think it was
Yes.
the Landlocked video. There was a Underground Productions or
Yes. Shout out to Underground Production.
Yep. Yeah, so like it's really cool to see you guys do stuff like that. And like that looked like that was a really cool bill. Can you tell me more about that?
That'd be really fun.
Like, so Chris, who's over Underground Productions, reached out to me and was like, I would love to have you guys do this show, and we're gonna have like the band Landlocked. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I checked them out and I loved their stuff. And I was like, okay. And he talked about a moment where we all can like jam. And I remember I was telling Juliana. I was right. Juliana. And
I'm definitely keeping that in there so that she can hear,
right. But like, I remember, I felt like I met her before, and I told her this, and we're trying to remember right now, like where and when we've met. But I'm telling her like we've definitely met. But I was like, okay, like let's just do something, and just add your own touch. And so we just kind of got a beat going and just kind of did whatever we heard. And I don't know, it was just a lot of fun to be able to perform with someone who is of a different genre. Because I think a lot of times people think that they understand that genres can coexist and intermingle, but they don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the beautiful thing about genre blending. Like it's going to sound like mush at first, but that's why you keep on going. You kind of mold it into like this whole new thing. And so I really love when people do stuff. And that's why whenever I'm doing bills and stuff for concerts, I'm always looking for people of different genres to provide new experiences and to expose people to different kinds of music.
And, actually kind of funny, we were playing games the other day, like me and some friends were playing some games, and we came up with a card in Hot Takes that said like rock and roll is dead, and we were talking about just music genres in general, and we were like, rock and roll as you think of it, like 1950s 1960s, yeah, we think that's kind of dead, but like
there's so many artists, like even nowadays, that still play that.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Born, for example, was
the thing is, like, music
Right.
always transforms and takes new phase. Like, for example, when you had like the Baroque era music, or first music started off with organum, right?
Yep.
And after that, it was only like 3 voices that could only be used because it was supposed to represent, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. But then songs were actually
Gregorian chant.
Exactly. And then after that, like, they started taking bar songs and implementing that into. So music has always changed face, and that's why I'm always just like, music's not dead.
But
the genre's not dead.
But that's where we were talking about like the rock and roll as it was. We were thinking like, yeah, it's more evolved, right?
Yeah,
like if you think about like
anymore.
Right, if you think about like even Sleep Token, right? Like what are they categorized as right now? Like new metal, and like they're they genre blend. Like if you think about anybody who's at the top of music right now, they're all genre blending.
Exactly. Because I just don't think that I'm trying to think of how I can say this. I really again love when artists and bands explore outside and try to do something new versus trying to sound like something that they've been doing
for years,
because then it's just kind of like, okay, like what else can you do? Exactly. And then it's kind of like, you know what to expect, and it's like, it sounds great, you're killing it, but also just kind of like, now I'm gonna start searching for something newer,
right?
And it's, I think people get
that's been my problem lately, is like everything sounds like the same as
everything
Exactly.
has this, everything has the same form, and when it all has the same form, it sounds the same, and then you get bored.
People get locked into a time that has already passed, so it's kind of like you gotta move forward a little bit.
I got a super good example of a genre blending like metal band.
Oh yeah?
There's a band called Resin. They have a saxophone player. They're like heavy metal.
Oh,
but they have a saxophone player, and they like blend jazz into their stuff.
I gotta hear that.
It's good.
I really gotta hear that. See, now that's really interesting.
So like, I wasn't a super big fan until I went and saw them, and seeing them live do that, I was like, oh, dang, that's really fun.
So was it like seeing them live and that just being a different experience, or was it like that their recorded sound didn't sound as balanced and it wasn't as nice? Because that leads to a different thing for me.
I am not sure, because like I tried to listen to them, and they're slower metal, and I'm not like a big fan of slower metal. But seeing it live, I was like, okay, I can get into this. They sound really good, and it blended super well. So it is kind of the blend of seeing it live rather than listening to it.
What's up, Kansas City? If you love getting the real story straight from our local artists every other week on KCene, do me a solid and please hit that Patreon link at patreon.com/KCene. Turning this podcast into my full-time gig means leaning on your support more than ever. Every contribution, starting with just a few bucks a month, helps keep these interviews coming, pushes the scene forward, and unlocks the tiers we've got rolling now with some exclusive extras. We've got nothing but love for the 816 or 913 scene. Appreciate you all jamming with us. Yeah, because I think that's something else that I've noticed when I'm going to get back on the topic of Kansas City music here. Okay. When I listen to some Kansas City music, and I'm not trying to at any producers or anything. I'm not going to name anybody or anything. But
I'm not part of this.
So I'm not part of this.
Not proud.
Dang. So I feel like when I listen to music sometimes, and then I go to local shows, that sometimes I end up hearing like there are missed details. And then
elaborate on that.
Yeah. So, well, you see, I'm trying to be agnostic. You trying to call me out here?
What you're saying may help somebody.
Yeah. So, like, there are times where I feel like whole instruments are lost, like in like details of like I didn't realize they did that run, or I didn't realize that little theme was in there in the mixing. It's lost in the mix, and so then I hear them live or an acoustic tiny desk thing comes out, and then you go, wait, that was there the whole time? Yeah, that was there the whole time. Talk to the artist and you find out that was there the whole time, and you're like, well, see, like that was,
but wait,
that was missed. It just wasn't, like, I didn't hear that. Yeah. And so sometimes there are times that I can listen to a song and I can go, yeah, I'm not really into this. And then I go see them live, and that ends up being my favorite song. Exactly. And then you go like, I really love this song.
But I can't listen to it outside of live.
Yeah.
I really like it live. Yeah. Like, yeah. So, do you ever have any experiences like that?
Definitely. I think also with like a lot of my earlier music, oh my gosh, like sometimes I'm like listening to it and I'm like, ooh, like what is this? But then after that, I'm always just like, you know what? That's the thing about live performances. I can change it up if I want to, you know? And for me, I know I can take my old music down, which I probably will do eventually. Oh,
why?
But,
Why?
I don't know. I'm just kind of like, it's not something that I'm not 100% satisfied with, like, the execution of it, but I still keep it up to remind myself of how far I've come.
Yeah.
Well, and
so,
I think
the other thing is, like, somebody's gonna like it.
Exactly. Right. Like, from one of my first song that I put on Spotify called Anymore, I was just like, ugh. Like, writing the song is because it was a whole breakup thing, right? And so, you know, that's already personal enough. And I was kind of like, you know, but then after that, after, like, a few years, I kind of like brought it back and I was like, oh, I actually kind of like this because now it has like new meaning and then playing it live just feels different. It feels like I can change the meaning behind it. And so
that was something that got brought up in another interview too. Like they were saying this song's about this at the start and then now it's changed.
Exactly.
Well, and I think keeping your old music on there, if I can persuade you not to remove the old music, like don't remove it because you're also building your own music documentary.
Yeah.
If you remove it, like, why erase part of your own story?
That's true. And you know what's crazy? Like, for example, I used to have, like, videos on YouTube of me covering songs, like, back when I was in middle school, right? Mm-hmm. And I deleted them because I was like, oh, this is so embarrassing. And then plus, you know, like, how some artists would delete their old stuff off Instagram and stuff?
Yeah.
I fell into that trap of, like, oh, let me be like these artists where you delete all your old stuff. And now I'm like wishing.
Why'd I wish
exactly? I was like, oh, I wish I never would have deleted this. But there's an app that still has some of my older music called Nana Music. Mm-hmm. That's where I was like learning production and like it has all. You can check it out. It's under the name Rufio_City on Nana Music, and you'll hear like everything basically from middle school, and you can hear the voice change. You can hear like just so
all
much
the way back.
all the way back, all the way back.
That's fun though.
Yeah, it is fun and it's eye opening. It's like, wow, I've been doing this for so long, you know. I've grown.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, like that's what it's all about. Is honestly like music tells a story. Like you said earlier, like. Talking cross genres and stuff, taking music cross genres. There's a common theme that people have said for a while that music is the universal language.
It is.
And so with music being the universal language, right? Like how do you use it not only to just cross genres, but like tell your own story?
That's a really good question. How would I use music to tell my own story? Is that what you're asking? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of just like a moment in time that you're documenting. And so I don't know. I haven't put much thought into that. When I get a better answer, I'll let you know. You're
gonna have to come back. You're gonna have to come back in the comments, like on this video, and be like, "I figured it out."
Right? Hey, y'all! I found the answer.
I mean, you can also you can go ahead and answer us in a little Instagram video too, because hey, we're gonna actually talk about one, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on screen right up.
I attended the Creative City KC meeting this morning, and honestly, it made me realize that Kansas City isn't quite ready to fully work together yet. Not because we don't want to, but because a lot of us are still caught up in ego, old vendettas, and what about me thinking. That said, I don't think we're far off because the potential is definitely there. From my perspective, Creative City seemed open and willing to listen and hear solutions, but on the other side of the room, it felt like many people weren't fully aware of what's already been discussed and in past meetings that we weren't aware of. And beyond that, I don't think we always come prepared with actual solutions to the issues we're voicing, or with the understanding that we as artists, performers, and venue owners also play a role in some of the issues we see here in the KC music scene. For example, we often say artists in KC don't really know each other, and that's true. But realistically, how many of us are actively going out to support local artists outside of our genre, outside of our friend group? When it comes to pay to play, how many of us are still accepting those gigs? As long as we keep saying yes to them, that structure stays alive. For venue owners, how often are lineups built around the same people we already know or confined to one genre? Are we truly diversifying our bookings and creating space for different sounds and communities? Now, I'm not saying any of this to shame or guilt anyone. I'm saying it as an invitation to look inward and ask how we each contribute to the ecosystem we want to see improved. If we want a stronger community, or especially a stronger music community, now is the time for artists to start building it, not just talking about it. That means going out to each other's shows, collaborating across genres, responding to emails and booking inquiries, and being intentional about creating diverse lineups. Now, one idea I would love to see expanded, especially around early music education, is giving youth bands more opportunities to perform in professional spaces. Yes, lessons are important, but performance experience matters too. Some venues are already doing this, but I'd love to see more venues across the city booking student bands, either as their own shows or alongside more seasoned acts, so young musicians can learn what it means to perform in real-world settings. At the end of the day, I think it's on us as artists and creatives to take the reins. So let's represent KC with what we have, show up for one another, and build the community we're always asking for.
Right up here. But you went to a creative music event and talked about kind of some of the issues in the Kansas City scene that you're noticing, and I'm not done with that conversation. I want to hear more.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's done with it.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you on a lot of it, too. I want to go ahead and say that, and I think you, same thing? Yeah.
Well, what did you all think when you watched it? Let's start there.
The biggest takeaway is like, yes, you're 100% right. We're not together. And what I don't have the answer, but like, what can we do to fix that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that you actually kind of touched on it. Like, I think part of the big thing and the reason Kansas City isn't ready to take that next step is because of the egos. Because of, like you said, there are a lot of venues that, like, it's the same bill. It's the same bill. Hey, next month, you know what bill it's about to be? Exactly. Same one as last month. Mm-hmm. Hey, you want to know in 3 months what it's about to be? That same one? That same one. Are we going to get a different genre in here? No. This venue right here, this is what you got.
But then that again comes down to like what can we do to fix that? Well, how do you un-ego somebody? Well,
so the thing is that like I think everybody has a role, and I think like I want this to be a discussion too. But like I think everybody has a role in this, and I think that's kind of what you were touching on too. Like if we're going to the same shows, like we as consumers are going to the same bill show and we want to see something different, but we're supporting it with our money.
Mm-hmm.
What are we really expecting to change?
That's like, for example, people that complain about pay-to-play gigs, or sorry, when artists complain about pay-to-play gigs, but they still partake in it.
Yeah.
And they're still paying to play it. And they come out with these stories of, yo, I just got scammed. Yeah, you just got scammed because, like, why would
We knew that.
Yeah, and so
You knew
the
that
more,
getting into it.
right, and the more you keep on funding these things, the more they keep on happening. And then next thing you know, there's people who are like, for example, one of the popular ones, and I think it's mostly aimed at more rap artists. They'll be like, if you pay X amount of money, I'll let you open up for, I don't know, Trey Songz or something. And it's just like, and then people pay these things. And I'm like, why would you do it? Why would you think that, it's so crazy. But like, when it comes, I think there's so many layers to all of it. Ego is a part to play, and that's for everybody. From the venue owners to the artists
to promoters, and then after that to just so many things. I think that, and I think again, everyone is trying to focus on being the main one thing. For example, like when it comes to, I'll say, music education for students, right? There are plenty of programs that do already exist. And after that, the thing is, they can actually come together and expand and become even bigger instead of just, but I think a lot of people are so focused on, we want to be the only one that's actually doing this. Same thing for artists. I want to be the only artist that's doing this. And after that, they start excluding other artists.
That's not possible anymore.
Right. It's not possible.
You can't be the only artist that does something.
Exactly. Because I can guarantee you there's like someone out there who's already doing it. And they're probably even doing it better than you. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, why not just collaborate with that person who is already doing that thing?
Yeah. And
if that creates something new for other people, you shouldn't go into this whole entire thing thinking about yourself. The main focus should be about, okay, yes, I may be the first, but how do I make sure I'm not the only one?
Yeah, you don't want to be the last.
Exactly, because then after that, it's just like, okay.
So on the artist side, would you say that like having a feature of a song, or
a feature on a song,
like regularly?
A feature on a song helps,
even if it's somebody that's like not your genre.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially like that.
Yeah, because then what that does, that brings in, it blends your fans in.
Yeah.
I'll say, for example, like, you have, I think it's Spirit Box, and then Megan Thee Stallion collaborated. I never would have thought that was something that, I didn't think the two even knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then after that, next thing you know, they're on one song together. I think it's the remix of a song, and it's just kind of like,
not great, but
hey,
okay.
And
that's
like
an opinion.
I mean, it was the same thing with like Tech Nine, just to like keep it Kansas City. Tech Nine and Falling in Reverse. Yeah,
I thought that was bad too.
But, yeah, and it's just like, I didn't think that rap and rock really went well like that before.
Oh yeah,
and now all of a sudden I'm like, there needs
hold
to be
on,
more of this.
wait a minute. Eminem got big on rap and rock though. Like he took rock beats and then did rap on it.
Oh yeah, huh?
Like that's
so
what
I forgot.
Yeah, like that's the whole way M won his Grammy.
What year was it when he did that?
Oh,
I don't remember.
AI knows.
Oh, okay. No. See, I just don't remember, because remember, I didn't grow up listening to a lot of music like that when I.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sorry, Eminem.
It was early on, I'm sure.
I think it was. I want to say it was definitely early 2000s. I want to say it's like 2003, 2004. Go ahead and crucify me in the comments comments if I'm wrong. Go ahead and make a comic if you want to.
I was gonna say 2003 probably.
Yeah, I think it's right 2003, but like,
yeah,
I could be wrong.
I got to dive into more of his discography. I know the main popular ones, I know. And I'm just like, ooh.
I like a lot of it, but there's a lot to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, definitely those two genres go together. And I know I said AI knows the answer, so like real quick, that's going to lead right into my next question. I'm really loving these segues. So, next question that I have for you is, hey, AI and art, you've been pretty vocal about it.
I have.
You've been very vocal about it.
A lot of people have.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I would say we haven't been vocal on social media or anything about it, but I know like it's been a conversation we've had a bunch with like even people we've had on and stuff. So, like it is the talk of the town right now.
I actually found a website that tells you if an artist is AI or not, so that I can stop listening to it.
What's the website?
Shit.
Yeah, you gotta link it like right.
Yeah. Up there. Yeah.
I got you. Hold on. It's in my feed.
Well, with the new social media like management app I have been using too, like this last week, like I can have it like auto first comment, which is kind of nice too. So I can also put it down in the comments
right
too.
here. Soul over AI.
Soul over AI. I love that.
Over AI. I like that.
souloverai.com. You can type in an artist and it'll tell you if it's got any sort of AI at all, even in the artwork.
Mm-hmm. Okay, shoot.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's good.
That's kind of crazy.
A lot of people gonna be busted.
Busted.
I've found a couple of things that I like was listening to, and I'm just like, no, I can't listen to this. All right, cool.
So with AI being the big talk of the town, what do you? I've got kind of two questions. I know I'm not necessarily sticking to the script here, but
A couple.
we have, and I've been changing them as I go. But like AI in music, I agree. Like I don't think it belongs necessarily. Like I think if it's a parody or something, that's one thing.
Yeah, that is one thing.
That's different. Like I actually do like the Bikini Bottom, like Plankton sings, whatever. I think those are kind of funny. They're entertaining, right? Mm-hmm. But like I think when it's
trying to make a song out of something that doesn't exist.
And then trying to make money off of like trying to monetize it, like, that I have a problem with. Mm-hmm. But like, what do you feel? And this is a little bit more general. So like, I want to get both answers. But like, AI in music, and then just AI as a whole. Like, where do you feel its place actually should be? Because I get it, AI is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really dangerous if it's not regulated, and I personally don't think that AI belongs in the creative arts, because the whole thing about the creative arts is really about the human soul, the human connection, right? It's an extension of us beyond just our physical selves, And so it gets so tricky with, because, unfortunately things are ran through a whole business mindset. So everyone's thinking about money. They don't really care so much about the actual art and whom it affects.
Right.
So I think a lot of music, I said this in a radio interview, I think a lot of record labels are secretly for AI, especially with how, it's not a sustainable...
you don't have to pay benefits to AI.
Right. And you don't have to worry about like paying for studio time, really.
Right.
Or anything like that.
You don't have to worry about time off.
Exactly. You can just have songs that just come out of Suno. And after that, boom. I think that it's going to be really interesting once touring starts. Because that's when like the consumer will be directly affected because, they're paying money for something and they're going to see a hologram. Like, I think that the hologram performances from back that have been brought on like early 2015 or something, those are different tests for what could possibly come.
I don't like that being a precursor. I agree with you, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You said it was different?
I feel like back then it wasn't like AI, but it was It was created to do that.
I see it as a natural progression of like that was one thing they did, right? And it was like a kind of now with technology where it is now, they could use that as like, you want to see your Hatsune Miku, like
not wrong though.
Exactly. Like, and it's kind
of
like
that's the precursor, but it kind of was.
And so like I just don't think that with the creative arts, AI should really have a place. I know that some people write entire songs with it, and I'm kind of like, oh, that's so interesting.
I wanted to talk about this a little bit too, because like I recently like I went through a period where like I'm unemployed, things like that, and so like I read a few books on AI and stuff like that, and one of the books I read was AI and the Thought-Driven Leader or whatever. And so it was saying that AI's place shouldn't be to replace work that we would be doing, but it should be used as like a thought aid. So like it shouldn't be used as, hey, it's going to go do that thing for me. Instead, it should be used as this is an extension of my arm. Instead of having to stand up and go like do a bunch more steps, from here, I have a remote.
Yes.
And so you're still doing it. You're still in control, but it can help you. So like the way I would think about doing that in music would be like, oh, hey, I've got these lyrics.
How can I make it better?
Yeah, well, almost that, but like, oh man, I've got like 3/4 of the lyrics, but I really need a word that rhymes with, I could go get a thesaurus, I could go get a dictionary, or I could say, hey, here's what I got. This 3/4, I want to finish the line, and I want it to like mean this thing. Okay, cool. Do I like that? It's still my choice at the end of the day. It gave me a suggestion, the same as Drake uses ghostwriters. So like, you know,
for me, like when it comes to that, like for example, using it as an extension, for me personally, I don't see an issue with that.
Yeah.
Because you already did like a big majority of the legwork.
Right.
You know, so it's not like you're asking
just to help with
exactly.
And that's where I think AI would be good as a tool. I think that's where its place should live. I think the problem is that there are a lot of lazy people out there that go, hey, this tool could do my whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to do anything.
And it's so tricky. Like, for example, there's that R&B artist named Zanaya Monet, which is an AI artist. And yeah.
I was going to look it up, but like now.
Yeah, like it's an AI artist. And like the actual writer, I think her name is like Tiffany something. And, you know, so what she does, she goes into Suno, she writes the songs and searches for the voice and everything and gets I don't know how the contract and money thing plays out at that point.
Yeah.
But basically anyone can kind of go in and utilize that same voice that is Zanaya Monet. And one guy did that. He was like, well, this is my lyrics and this is like what AI gave to me. So I don't think I should be able to get sued. You know, and it's literally the same voice as that. So it's so tricky.
Yeah.
And like it's at this point, why are we causing more stress to ourselves and with this whole thing? But I think like, and you know, there's people who are like, oh, I don't care. It's cool to me. It sounds good. And that's like the general public, right?
Yeah.
Because they only care about if it sounds good or if it's relatable.
Consumer of
right.
it. So
exactly.
They don't care how it's made or
until it affects them with their money.
Yep.
Which is why I'm talking about like with concerts, right? Because these people want to experience these things live.
Yep.
So then will AI provide that same experience that a live human?
Definitely not.
Right. And then now the consumer's like, I paid this amount of money and
especially with concert tickets like jacking up in price too.
Exactly.
Hold on though. Can AI provide the same experience? I don't think so in its current state, but that's kind of the dangerous thing about AI is like
it's growing.
We're talking about right now, but if we were talking about like 2 years ago, like I've been using Grok quite a bit actually to like go ahead and be a thought aid, right? Like I'm really bad generally about like social media, right? And so to help like make a tagline catchier, I might go, hey, here's the message I want to get across. How do I make it better for the algorithm for social media? How do I make it catchier, right? And so the fact that you can do that verbally before, like, I mean, ChatGPT, right? Like we've all typed into ChatGPT and like,
yeah, I have, unfortunately, I'm gonna be honest, I have used ChatGPT when it first came out because someone was telling me about it and I didn't believe that it was
that it could do it.
Exactly.
I never did.
Ooh.
I never.
Lucky you. Shoot.
Yeah. I did too. And so like my car, like I drive a Tesla and it has Grok built in. So like when you go to like text anybody or anything, like you have your regular Tesla voice assistant you can use or Grok. And so
Grok has a voice?
Grok has a voice.
What does it sound like?
I'll show you after we're done recording and stuff. Okay. It's actually crazy because you can be talking and then he'll start answering you and you can say, no, you're wrong. You can interrupt.
Oh boy.
And like be like, no, not like that. Like, and it's actually conversational. And so I was testing it. Yeah, I was testing it because I was like, no, it's going to be like Siri. It's going to be like Gemini. It's right. But it wasn't. Like, its inflection and everything, it was as if I had somebody on a phone call, and I was like, this is scary.
I don't like that at all.
This is scary. And, like, that was 5 months ago, and it's only gotten better in a very short amount of time. And, like, because it's conversational and it remembers everything you've talked to it about before.
Yeah.
It's
because like you're training it.
Yes, it's a better thought aid for me. So, like, the crazy thing is that, like, I could be like, I want to go ahead and perform this task. This is the way I'm going to do it. I want to have it be in this time constraint. How do I do it? And it will be like, yeah, so you're going to do those same things. Just cut. Yeah. It spits it out immediately. And I'm like, cool. All right, then I'm going to try to execute that. Like, it helps you out a little bit.
I'm
but
going to read all of that and make sure that's exactly what I want to do. And then...
Right.
Or if it's not exactly what you want to do, that's not really what I want. Can we make it snappier here? Or can we make it more edgy here or whatever? And then, like, it'll do it. And so, for tools like that, like what I end up using it for is more like, social media is a perfect example for me. So, like,
neither of us do social media very well.
No, I really need either a social media manager or AI has really been helping me fill that need without having to, like, pay somebody else because I don't have money to pay anybody, right? Like, you start talking to somebody like, can you run social media for me? They're like, do you got $3,000?
Like,
oh, no, I don't. Nope. But Grok is free. And so, like, able to go, hey, here's what I want the post to be about. Maybe it's a short or whatever. Like, how do I make it catchy? Here's what happens in the short. And then Grok can go, here, try this and these hashtags. And then I can go, I don't like these hashtags. I'm going to use, like, maybe these ones. I'm still tailoring it at the end of the day. I'm not using exactly what it spits out. But, like, the fact that, like, you can have a conversation and it's like you have a teammate in your corner is kind of nice. So I like AI for those things, but I also don't want AI just straight up removing people's jobs, you know?
Yeah. Which is why, like, I've always been more so, like, if I ever use AI, because the only time I've used AI, I remember when I first did it for, like, social media, it was just, like, to create little edits, like, oh, like, this is cool, let me type in create a statue made out of chrome and da-da-da-da, and it was like and I was like, oh, look. But
Will Smith eating ramen noodles.
Right. But then after that, I was kind of like, okay. I don't know. I just found it was more cooler to actually go out and create the posters. And it took a lot of trial and error. But then after that, I just kind of watched some, like, TikTok videos on, like, tutorials on how to utilize Canva, especially in free mode. So I just kind of been like, oh, okay. But, like, if I'm, like, for example, if I'm wanting to do a caption or anything, I don't see the issue with, like, how can I make this better? Like, an enhancing kind of thing. Now, if it's more so, like, write this thing for me, create this for me, da-da-da, you know, like, and you're just kind of, like, no thought behind it, and it's kind of like, okay. Like, I know I had some friends that are kind of like, well, ChatGPT tells me that I should do this, so I'm gonna. And I'm like, you're gonna let
you're gonna let ChatGPT tell you how to run your life? Like, are you living or are you an NPC, buddy?
Exactly. Like, so I don't know. It's just so crazy. Like, and if that when you asked earlier, like, what should its role be overall? I could see it being used in the medical field. I feel like that would be helpful. But then I'm not a medical person, so I don't know how they feel. But, like, if it's something that could, like, help save a life in terms of detecting cancer early or anything early, I'm all for that because, you know, these are things that we should be utilizing technology for. Something that can help assist us in our human life to help us, like, evolve but not be so dependent on AI.
Yeah. And
in moderation and of some sort.
Exactly.
And that's where I think I agree. Like you said, regulated.
Incredibly bad for the environment. So
yeah, see, I've been reading up on it, and in fact, I've been seeing so many mixed reviews because I've seen, like, where people are saying that it's like it takes up a lot of, like, fresh water, and after that, I've seen some videos where they're like, no. So I guess I have to, like, find something that's, like, more that tells me right, like, you know what I mean?
Can I talk about that a little bit?
More about it. Go ahead.
So, what I did for work as a day job for a long time is I was low voltage designer. So designing data centers, things like that, like that's like right up that alley, right? Like I've actually got like 3 binders under there on data center design. So like it's very power hungry. Like when we're talking about like electric cars, right? We talk about those taking so many kilowatt hours, right? Like that's the battery metric. Meanwhile, like our batteries in our phones are measured in like milliamps, which are like
little tiny,
really tiny compared to that, right? Mm-hmm. And so then when we're talking about megawatts, so like 1,000 cars, right? Like is one data center. And so like it's really just how much power it takes. And then that's just to power the equipment, right? And to power the HVAC, right? Because you got to keep all that cool. Because I don't know if you've ever been in a computer room before.
I've seen videos.
It gets hot, but here's the thing. You cannot let it get hot or it will throttle the speeds.
Yeah.
Right? So
You
like
gotta cool it down.
you got to cool it down. You got to like try to keep it ideally below like 70 degrees, below 80 degrees at least. But like you want it below 70, like 60. You want a cool room. Mm-hmm. But it's hard to do that when like I got 2 PCs in this room, right? The air that the PCs pump out is around 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And so when it's blowing out 120 degree air, you got to compensate with really cool air. And so like, then we're talking about extra refrigerant and all that. And so it's how much goes into those data center buildings, right? Like they're whole buildings that are just servers and servers and servers just to drive AI because of how much we use it.
Right.
If it was
Why we need to moderate it.
Exactly.
regulated, then I don't think that we would have as much of an issue. But the demand for it is so high right now. And honestly, what I worry about is like, especially people in the line of work that I'm in, like, data centers are all that's being designed right now. Like a lot of other building work, a lot of other engineering is like on pause because AI is the big thing. That's what you're doing. What happens when that dries up?
Exactly. And in fact, it's just like that also comes back to us because now we got to pay our electric bills and or something like that. Get higher because we got to fund it.
Well, right, because like Evergy, like for us here is like, man, we got like 5 data centers out here and we can't produce enough energy to keep up with it. Like now energy has to cost more because the demand is higher than the supply.
And why can't we just create something to where I feel like all these things that we can create, right? We're creating electric cars, all this other stuff. Why can't we just create something to where it doesn't need to utilize all of that? You know, like how... I don't know. Why aren't we thinking more of something that could be helpful, but still effective, rather than something that's like destructive?
Well, so
Because we're in America.
The thing is too that like we all went through school. We all went through school where they were talking about renewable energies and like electricity is the renewable energy source, right? And now like everybody, I mean it is. You can do solar, you can do wind, you can do water, right? But like. The problem...
But we got to do those things.
The problem is that those infrastructures are not in place yet, and we still have coal-burning facilities where you burn coal to get electricity. So, like, something I appreciated about what, like, Apple did was, like, they have... when you go to charge your phone, it says that it is clean energy right now. Like, they talk to your... energy provider, and it'll be like charge now because it's clean energy, or don't charge right now because it's not clean energy. And I'm like, that's really cool. I actually really enjoy that, but like not everybody does that, and like
because they don't understand what that means,
right? And so like I think honestly everybody being better educated of course will help this country in more ways than one. But yeah, I love that. That's yep.
Because people don't want to learn anymore. It's just like I just think like we just become a little lazy. You know,
100%.
Like we're so comfortable, and that we don't like to be inconvenienced. You know, like we're just like, why do we have to do it when I can just press a button and it's like, doop.
That's right.
It's like those movies, like those, you know, like the Lorax and everything.
Yep.
Like,
He speak to the tree.
right, you know, like these
Speak to
movies
the
have been
tree.
telling us what's been going on and we're not listening. I don't
Oh.
know. I think it's just really going to have to take something so drastic to happen for people to finally like realize.
Wake up.
Yeah. So,
Well, tell us what's next for Jamogi.
there's a lot of things that are next. I can't speak about this one thing, but you will be seeing it soon. So, and I want to say a few months soon. There's a lot of stuff that's coming up. I would say it's just more so you have to like kind of stay tuned, but we're getting ready for touring our first tour. So we're going to have some shows in Omaha,
Outside?
Nebraska.
Nice.
We got something in New Orleans. We got
Oh,
something
yeah,
possibly in
that's awesome.
Memphis. So it's going to be really exciting, and I'm just really excited for everything. I'm just really more excited to grow and see how I have surpassed myself from last year.
That's awesome. Is this the first time you've gone on tour, or is it?
With a band, yes. I've
Yeah?
toured before with the community choir that I was in.
Yeah.
So I'm used to like buses and everything, but now it's like me leading it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the real exciting part. I've been studying up on it, and I told my band, I was like, whatever issues happen on the tour, save it for when we come back.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that we all enjoy ourselves, and then we can talk about it later back at home.
So, did you self book or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
it just took me asking some other artists in that.
Where'd you go? Like when you went to this city, like stuff like
Exactly.
that. Gotcha.
And then after that, I just kind of did my ask and put myself
So
out there.
were you asking artists locally here? Was that some collaboration of Kansas City artists, or?
Actually, no, it's collaboration with artists outside of KC. So it was like local artists
To
within-
each of those places.
Exactly.
That's
Awesome. That's awesome. I feel like that's something that like we need to do better though, like looping back without fully going into it. That's something I want to see artists in Kansas City do more, collaborating with each other, more than just features and stuff. If you went out on tour and you know of a venue that somebody might do well at,
Yeah.
share that information.
Exactly.
Because like, hey, we can saturate the Kansas City market and play the Kansas City market all the time.
but they got to make it somewhere else too.
Right, exactly. So
Right.
like,
Kansas City's just one small piece of the map. Like,
Yeah.
the world is a lot bigger.
yeah.
It's just so.
And we live in what they call traditionally a flyover state, flyover city, right? So like, hey, if you want to help your fellow artists, if you have traveled and gone somewhere, please share that information. Please help your fellow artists out there. Call to action.
To be honest, sometimes though, like I just look at their flyers or like their performance schedules, and I'm like, oh, okay, let me hit this place up. So they may not reach out, I may not reach out, but I'm gonna look and I'm be like, and I'll just look at their flyers of where they've been. I'm like, huh, okay, let me add that to my list. And
That's
send a
fair.
message.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I would do too.
Yeah. It's kind of like,
We're like, where's this band going? Let me
right.
follow suit a little bit.
And in the emails, I'll just be like, you've booked my peer, and I'll say their name, and I'm like, and so, so it's kind of like how you word it in the emails.
I saw
Right.
that you booked this band.
We too are a local band based here as well, and
Yeah.
have performed with this band on numerous occasions. And I can guarantee you that you'll receive an exciting experience, and if not the same experience, when you get us going.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. No, I mean,
And
that
wasn't
that's
without
a-
AI.
Awesome.
that was without AI. Love it.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, right.
We don't need AI to write emails. We got Jamogi right here.
I can only guarantee you one artist per month. I'll write an email for it, and then.
Just
But I have templates though that I'll send out. Like if someone asks me, because I'm not afraid of like sharing information. I'm just like, yeah, here's like what I say, and then I'll like literally write out the prompt, and I'll just be like, put your name here, and then stuff like that.
That's perfect. That's just another way that like artists can help out artists.
Exactly.
So with it being February,
Yes.
with it being Black History Month,
yes, it is Black History Month right now.
yep. So what do you got to say to? we just give an acknowledgement of facts out here. Acknowledgement of facts. But what do you have like in terms of advice or anything you want to say to any like upcoming artists or anything just about Black History Month?
Oh wait, sorry. Can you repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't very clear with it. With it being Black History Month, is there anything you want to say about Black History Month? And then is there anything you want to say to any like upcoming artists?
Okay, so one about Black History Month, and if that one about artists in general?
In general, yeah.
Okay. When it comes to Black History Month, and if that, especially when it comes to music, I think just knowing the origins helps a lot and would help like expand our minds just a little bit more and not see it as just one thing. Like, for example, I'll take like country, for example. You know, there's been a big topic of conversation around country music, and for that, looking at its origins and where instruments like the banjo came from, where it originated in Africa, and if that, how a lot of music, again, like I said earlier, it speaks to one another, you know. So I think just like taking the time to look at the history of the music that we enjoy and, you know, acknowledge it. And also just about how I think oftentimes, especially for like fellow Black people like myself, we think that one genre is the face of just one particular race. But it's like there's some of us out there, for example, like when it comes to rock music, right? Oftentimes people think that it's mostly like more white presenting, but there's Black rock artists.
There are.
And I think that we should just expand our palette some more and really tap into like who some of these artists are. And I think that will really grow ourselves as not just people, but if we're artists, as Black artists, and it'll challenge us to tap into something different and outside of what's more so the quote unquote norm that we're expected to perform in. And so, and in terms of my advice for all artists in general, my main one that I always say is to always believe in yourself. And it's so cliche, but I think that it's something that is super important, because if you don't believe in yourself, that you can't really achieve what you want to. Because then you're going to be held back by by the doubts of other people, right? Because already we're nervous about what people think of us, and we're nervous to be outside the box, so to speak, because we don't want to be judged. And that's normal, right? It's human. I
think especially in today's America, everybody's afraid of being judged.
Exactly.
And
Especially in music too.
Exactly. And so
like, what if I go up there and I suck?
Right. And I think we just have to you have to believe in yourself. You actually also have to practice. I think a lot of us just sometimes think we can just go up there and wing it because we have talent.
No.
But talent isn't enough. Everything revolves more than just talent, especially when it comes to business. You also have to be able to handle your business right. So that means saying thank you. That means making sure we're responding to our emails. That means that we're not talking trash about other artists.
Yep.
You know, because word gets around. And that also means us being accountable for what we do and how we play a part in some of these systems. Like what was discussed earlier, you know, when it came to pay to play. We partake in that. When it comes to gatekeeping, that's something that we do. So you have to look inward, believe in yourself, put in the work and practice, but also
help each other.
Yeah, help each other. You know, like I think when you help someone else, you're also helping yourself. You know, and so when someone else goes up, you also go up with them, and they're going to remember that. It may not be right then and there. Yeah. But it'll come around.
They're like, hey, this guy helped me out. Put him on the show.
Exactly.
And so I think that kind of goes back to what you were saying in your Instagram video of like, we need to not have the what's in it for me mentality, and we need to be picking each other up. So yeah. And I definitely echo that. Like I want to, that's what I want all of us to do. That's kind of part of our purpose here on this podcast and stuff too, is like, to try to,
we love these guys too. Bring them on.
Yeah. Yeah. And I appreciate y'all for like having me on here. Cause again, like I was saying earlier, I was watching like videos beforehand to prepare myself. Yeah. And I know it was mostly like rock artists from what I've seen in the videos. I didn't go through all of them. And I was just like, I don't know if I'll fit in, but I'm still gonna go regardless because, you know, I'm gonna take up space. But I appreciate you guys for having me on here. And if that, it just goes to show like anyone can really just come on here. So whatever thoughts are holding you back, so to say, you can let those go. So thank y'all for creating this space to happen.
For sure. Like for us, it's a Kansas City music podcast where we're not genre specific.
Right.
Like, I don't care what genre you're in.
We are, but we're not.
We're
We listen to a specific genre for the most part, but
I listen to everything. I'm polyamorous for sure. The
Polyamorous.
only thing that I really like, I'm sorry, y'all.
you will flock towards a regular.
I will. Yeah, I mean, like, everybody has their regular that they'll listen to, but that doesn't mean that I'm like, yeah, we listen to it all.
Right.
And so, like, being able to have an appreciation for all music, that's what we have, and that's, I think, what makes it work, right?
Exactly.
But, like, I know, like, for me, country music is a little bit harder for me to appreciate.
I listen to some.
Right. But, like,
Not a lot, but I will listen to it. It's good music.
I have made sure to try to immerse myself more into it because I don't want to exclude any genre from like coming onto KCene. And so I don't want anyone to feel like we're like, you can't have them on or whatever, you know?
Right. You know, shout out to all the KC artists out there who are still grinding out here. I've said this in my Instagram story that there's like this renaissance period that's happening in the Kansas City music scene where things are slowly really opening up and developing.
Okay.
And so like now is that time.
It's so saturated. There's so many artists out there.
There's a lot.
It's
a lot.
Crazy.
I know, and I never would have thought because
Yeah.
all I've seen were just like the main 10 names, and the next thing you know, when I actually put myself in it,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh,
We're finding out
that's
there's way more than what we ever thought.
right.
Right. Because the thing was that you don't hear about it unless you're in it. But that's like, that's part of what we're wanting to try to change is like, get it out there. Right. And you know what? I think like, as we wrap up here, the thing I want like to leave everybody with, if you're a musician here in Kansas City, start trying to go to the Music Mondays. Start trying to talk to everybody. I mean, like that's how we connected.
Right.
Was we both went to that Music Monday. And honestly, I want to see that blow up. I think like that was a really good event, and I think more people should go to it. It's a good little happy hour, huh?
Jam nights too.
And jam nights too.
Yes.
I mean, like if you're trying to find a band, or if you're wanting to get into the music scene, go to a jam night.
Yeah.
Go to a karaoke night with the live band. I mean, I know they're doing that at the Bottleneck here coming up. Like,
That's how
go
it started.
That's gonna
get
be
out
super
there and do
fun.
it. Yeah. So yeah, that's all from us here at KCene. It has been a pleasure having you on, Jamogi.
Thank you.
And yeah, we might have to have you on, later on too. Like, have you back.
Come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
Come
have you
back
come
to
back.
Some of these topics.
Right. I'm gonna be like, oh,
I had more I wanted to say, but I know we're out of time too.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
almost
you.
9:30.
All right.
Yep.
Thank y'all so much.
Yep. Peace out from us. See you guys next time. What's up, Kansas City? If you love getting the real story straight from our local artists every other week on KCene, do me a solid and please hit that Patreon link at patreon.com/KCene. Turning this podcast into my full-time gig means leaning on your support more than ever. Every contribution, starting with just a few bucks a month, helps keep these interviews coming, pushes the scene forward, and unlocks the tiers we've got rolling now with some exclusive extras. We've got nothing but love for the 816 or 913 scene. Appreciate you all jamming with us.